it, like those are like comparable teams, I would think, to the Vikings on a neutral field. So those are ones that they would like to have back. But I started 0-4.
They
Watching for the
currently
deer.
have the second longest losing streak in the NFL behind the Chicago Bears, who are at 10. The streak is at 4, dating back to the playoff game last year. If they lose on Sunday, I think it started 0-3 a couple of times.
Watching the
but
deer.
If they lose on Sunday, the 5-game losing streak will be tied for
Maybe
the
the
second
camera
longest
can
franchise history.
get it.
Last time they did this was 2019.
Deer season.
Packers.
It's funny how it was so windy and now feel like nothing happened last night. No wind at all.
2020 when there were fans in the stands. It's the last time they did this. They also did it in 2011. Ended Harrison Smith's rookie
The
year, ended that streak, and then there was
how you say the weather people,
a couple of years.
how you say it in the right word, metro,
They've generally been a good home team.
Yep.
the weather
I think
people
it's-
that
it's
talk
is that whether it's the Metro
weathermen, but there's another words, right? Is that metro something?
Meteorologist.
Meteorologists.
There's
There's like right on,
I
huh?
was on the radio in Kansas City before that game on the pregame show. I think it was Kendall McTominay, former Chiefs offensive lineman, talking about that. And I said we were talking about home field advantage and noise, and
This should be like a this time should be like a breakfast time for them, right? Early than sunrise.
unequivocal about that.
Before sunrise come out.
They
Safe.
did this, and I experienced it.
There is no I think they did.
Yes, yes. He basically said there's no doubt they will win the pumping and noise eventually.
Well, and the Vikings enjoy it just even when they're not great. Even when it's been the bad points of some of these games, they've all been close games. The crowd has been into it for the most part, and it just hasn't led to wins
Tunnels.
because they lead the NFL in
Go
drop.
into the tunnel.
Drops in 6 games. That's Madison with 5, Hawkinson 4, Osborne with 4.
Kendall Gannon, sorry, was not
Madison with 5.
It is
That's
4:49
Yeah,
a.m.
he obviously had a hard
here.
time holding on to the football in the run game earlier in the season too. They can't catch passes. I asked Wes Phillips about that yesterday, and he said it's not a concern. We trust these guys, but it is their more reliable players. It is their guys that they are paying and expecting to do or get a lot from. And KJ Osborne, for that matter, even though he's not getting paid a lot, was a guy that throughout the start of his career was reliable on 3rd and 4th down.
Oh,
Like
you see
short
that
hands, and he's
tree?
dropping
The tree
some of these
is
key
red.
passes and not being on the same page. This
Red
offense can't
tree.
afford those kinds of hiccups against a pretty well-oiled machine that we just talked
Should
about.
have kept dealing. This is the Vikings Twitter the last couple of weeks.
Does Wes Phillips categorize drops the same way?
That's a good point. And PFF didn't account Addison's drop, deep drop, so they still have him at 0, even though Jordan himself said that was a drop. I should have caught him, which, he's going to say it, but I
I wonder what does classify as a drop. Do you look like next gen stats, and if it was over 50% catch?
Whoa.
it's subjective. It's got to be.
Train,
I think it's
train
generally
track.
like it's in your hands, then it's not in your hands. Something like that.
It's like subjective, like hit is like hit versus error in baseball. So eye test.
But sometimes it's
Well,
like
I don't know what a catch is.
What's that?
No.
Probably the 10
Just dark?
test.
What was catchable? What was catchable?
Is this the road that we took with Brian's on our way here? We don't take road like this. Seems like we can just go straight from the highway,
Yeah, this road.
right?
Yeah, for these kinds of errors.
Is this like fastest one or something?
It's the sun.
Oh boy.
Ponder reference. There's one to ponder.
That was Christian Ponder was the quarterback.
No deer. Oh dear, no deer.
It's who they are until they're not, right? Like until you fix this, you are that your team that keeps turning the ball over. It's not kind of
Cornfield. See, cornfield.
You're still dropping critical passes. Like if they didn't have the turnovers and the drop passes this year, which is good.
You can see the star. See the stars? Stars up there.
Yeah, well, I think I saw something this week saying that the largest, let's talk about this week.
Cornfield on that right. Looking for the deer.
TJ Hawkinson.
Maybe there's one that Go so fast on the stop sign.
Nope.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Game over.
It is.
So fast. Oh my
I suppose it's luck in the
What is
season,
going
but
on here?
it's acceptable. I mean, it's knocked down. and
We
then
got
it's
enough gas already?
Yeah.
But if you catch the ball, you're not giving things the chance.
And they're like 16th in DVOA this year. They're like a league average.
They're
team.
like last year's team.
Last year's team was 28th in DVOA.
Well, the
Worse.
overall thing.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
worse theoretically throughout this point of the season,
At this
right?
point in the season, they were probably better, but as the season went on, they got a lot
Well, the
worse.
defense got a lot worse.
That's true. That's true.
Later part of the season.
I did see that. Where like this year they're graded at least through this 6-week portion as a better team
Yeah.
than last year.
Best offensive line in the NFL.
Well, now I don't
Hang a
understand.
banner.
I don't understand any of that. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big. What is that?
Number 16
Factory?
social
Factory
media,
out here,
16
like-
in DVOA 2020.
I can see that. Smoke.
Seen some banners like that.
I see the smoke out.
It was the
There's some banners that look like
It was the Chargers social media team that dragged the Vikings. This past season. The
Chargers?
schedule release came out, and they were making fun of each team on the
They
Chargers
just-
schedule.
maybe just like,
Vikings, they showed
whoa,
banners
what
up
is
in
that?
West Bank Stadium when the Chargers would come visit. and One was just NFLPA's number one team.
Yes. There was like
They
they
didn't think of
had
Huh?
a fun game against the Bills.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson, rookie of the year.
Turn over there. Oh,
Yeah,
next one.
Their ability to troll with those things is
I
always.
think that's where the
Vikings
Dunkin'
Oh.
fans
Donuts is.
can't-
What is that? Like corn something process? Maybe they process corn over here.
Vikings, at least with the
Maybe
Cowboys,
that's
seemed to
a
stay
refinery.
Finery, yeah. Man, out at almost-
Take part in the walkthrough yesterday, but then
Where?
the first injury report on Thursday. Ezra Cleveland's dealing with a foot injury, so we might see Dalton Reisner. Cleveland said X-rays were negative after the
leg.
game. O'Connell called it a mid-foot sprain
Contractor.
that he's dealing with. So, as Ben, you like to talk about,
Tech
the foot
form.
is something you got to worry about.
It is. It's like an accident.
It's a big hotel.
There's a lot of work. I mean, there's that part of I think any sport that your feet bear a lot of force, bear a lot of weight in anything you're doing. Yeah, it certainly is a more concerning injury with an offensive lineman. Yes, I typically see that.
We finally saw Dalton Reisner get into the game that played just 10 snaps. Those
Said
10 snaps
Viking.
upon further review were pretty good, but the Bears
Viking.
also
They're talking about
weren't
Viking
great.
and
So,
49er
I'm
game or
interested to see if
something.
they put Cleveland on the shelf
Who win?
for a week, use the
49er?
injuries and
Well, they
ways
play
to get
tonight.
Oh,
Reisner.
tonight.
Yeah, I think that'd be. I mean, I don't think you're dropping off him. You might be gaining at a certain level. This is a guy you brought in who's done it for 4 years, started a lot, kind of like Cleveland has, but the guy who did it other places and presumably you like. So it seems like a pretty easy swap if there's any question that he's not ready to go.
We also
Going-
did see in terms
going
of
to
changes
the
in personnel, we saw
airport.
Andrew Booth Jr. actually get into the
Yeah,
game. How
We
about
did.
that?
How about that?
This
Good job,
is
Quay.
a swap from Mekhi Blackson.
It's not been a great stretch for Kwesi, has it? I mean,
We're talking Hawkinson, we're talking Davenport, we're talking
Yeah.
Lewis Cena's a healthy scratch. Even though he was coming off an injury, he was not questionable going into the game, and they still had him inactive.
he needs Jordan Addison to keep catching touchdown passes and keep it
Oh,
up,
shit.
because that's like
Oh, there's a deer.
one.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so big is two.
People do
They always
forget
come in
that,
pair.
Development
No,
can be
but
up and down sometimes.
just found
but
two
I thought-
deer.
I thought it was interesting that Brian
Family-oriented.
Flores told us the
Oh.
other day that Booth was practicing well.
Do you see that
and
anywhere?
earned those reps of getting into the game over Mekhi Blackman.
All right, let's-
Dropped your phone.
I know. I was
just
like,
against the Bears.
turn on to
I know
watch
the
for
Bears are
deer.
Not great, but that is something that Kwesi definitely needed for that draft class because it is not.
So two, let's count. Last time we saw how many? 3,
Between it,
7.
Brian Oswald and
What's that?
About we saw 6 deer.
in there, but,
7?
On our way in.
Or I saw a bunch more on that ride that you didn't see.
terribly.
So now we got 2.
It is not. What else should we get to for this game? What else is tickling your fancy for the Niners? Primetime Kirk? Is Primetime Kirk as a narrative gone? Is that
I
gone?
saw they're not like running.
Keep dredging it up.
That's pretty good about seeing the light, huh?
No, I mean not so much as I mean it'll probably be a get up Monday morning. I would bet they've enjoyed dredging that narrative up. Monday nights, I mean his record.
Monday, Monday, happy
Thursday nights,
Monday.
Sunday nights, he's never been pretty good. So this may be one of the final gasps for primetime Kirk narratives, at least for the world. Especially if that Bears game.
What is your
You take your pick between that and the Broncos.
the
game.
Vikings score so far?
Either of those, I would think.
Like what's the number record?
2 wins, 4
We are
losses.
bringing in
Oh.
2024 in the press box.
That's kind of hard to catch up, or
Yeah.
anything is possible. It's hard to catching up.
This is to be the first podcast of 2024 of any kind.
It's like the
Think about that. Think about that.
Do we get like a thing in the paper? We get like an announcement about having the first podcast
Podcast announcement. I think you should.
Stay on the lane.
Well,
What was last year's Monday night?
Eagles, not good. I don't think they had another one last year. They loathe these weeks because it just screws everything up. Makes it so that our week is longer on one end and shorter on the back. And I'm mostly tap dancing here so I can find
Will
it.
they have a different week next week too, or will it just be short?
Whoa, look at that guy passing us. He's going fast.
Monday night, December 20th, 2021, the winning quarterback at Soldier Field with a grand total of
They kept that on a
87 yards on 12 of 24 passing and a 69.3 passer rating. Kirk Cousins was a winner in that game.
Guys,
So,
guys.
17.
there it is.
Another one passing us. Woo, 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 woo. Good for you.
That was because this is the first year
We're
they're
going
doing it. They
59 mile per
instituted it. Was
hour.
that last year?
Yeah,
So,
yes.
so
And those
last year,
guys
Vikings
probably
Bears
going
were
70.
champions. And so they're not because
What do you mean there?
no, because the first week they're allowing flexing this year is Viking Bears week. They said if we're going to put this again, it's going to be in the bucket that we can move it and we can just throw it out into the trash on Sunday at noon and just put it right there.
Monday, November 16th, 2020, in a very surreal, empty Soldier Field, Vikings.
What
won
is
19-13.
so Viking already play in Minnesota?
For the record, is
Remember you said you want to go and see?
Oh, we're gonna go see the
games.
Kansas City game.
Even if they were to
Kansas
lose
City?
Monday night
Oh.
and
They already
the
had that
NFL
game,
keeps
yeah.
the Bears
Oh, they
game
did.
and that, he could exit Minnesota with a 600 winning percentage in his last 5 Monday starts. Take that, your narrative.
Take that, Kirk haters.
Welcome to another episode of the Access Vikings podcast. My name is Andrew Kramer, joined by Michael Rand of the Star Tribune to answer your questions in this Friday mailbag edition before the Vikings head to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Thank you for sending them to us. You can find our
Don't look
Twitter
down.
handles, emails at startribune.com. There's also a submission form on that site to send us questions.
This ad is about AT&T's deal on the new iPhone 15 Pro, and it's real.
So my iPhone is 14, right?
13, 14. Yeah.
14,
Yeah.
not Pro.
14 Pro.
14 Pro. Yours is
12.
12? How did I got 14? You got 12. I changed my phone twice before
We
you.
have to start with the Vikings
No, I think you had a 12
and the 49ers
before I had my
injury
12.
reports,
And your
which
phone
I
Pro.
think is
Yeah.
a little bit favorable for the Vikings, but maybe not quite as much as they were hoping for.
Stop
so
sign.
Deebo Samuel is out.
Is that a
He's
stop
going
sign,
to miss
no?
a couple of weeks, so he is certainly not going to play, which is a big deal. Deebo Samuel is an all-pro wide receiver. He is a huge
5
part of their
a.m.
underneath passing game and a yards after catch monster. They can put him
5
in the
a.m. we
backfield,
only
motion him
already
like
see
crazy.
2 deers
That
on this
one is a
road.
big win for the Vikings to not
So
have Deebo
looking for
Samuel
more
there.
deer.
Trent Williams is doubtful. Another W, although if Trent Williams was not going to play in any game, he would probably choose the one where he's going up against DJ Wanham and Patrick Jones because Marcus Davenport is out. So the advantage there is still big because Trent Williams is one of the all-time greatest players ever at his position. And even if he's limited and cannot be the same exact version of Trent Williams, the domination is not going to be as big as it normally would be over DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones, whoever else they line up out there, and especially in the run game, where Trent Williams is even better. I mean, it's not that the Vikings get a whole lot of pressure from their backups for Davenport anyway, but at least sometimes they stuff themselves in there in the run game, and if it's Trent Williams, he's going to move bodies out of there, and if it's not, then they have a chance to do much better off that left side, or the offense's left side, right side of the defense. That one's going to be worth watching in warm-ups. Is Trent Williams out there? Is he going to play and find a way? Maybe the extra day was able to help him get out there. We will see. Doubtful usually means they don't play, though. And then Christian McCaffrey, a report from Adam Schefter appears that Christian McCaffrey is going to play. He's a guy that's pretty used to playing banged up. He's done that for a large portion of his career. Him not being at 100%, potentially not having Trent Williams, is positive for the Vikings, but he is really a centerpiece to their offense.
Stars
And if
up
he's
there.
in there, and even at 90%, 85%, can still do so many things that cause problems. And it's not just that he breaks tackles and is super quick, it's that he is so highly intelligent. Remember, he came in and scored, 3 touchdowns in a game when he first got to San Francisco. They use him everywhere, in the slot, in the motions. There was some
What's that?
crazy pre-snap
Lights?
motion where he kind of slid out of the backfield, like did this kind of gallop slide that somebody was tweeting out on tape.
Oh.
That one right there,
Blinking
it might be
lights.
the biggest of all of them. Samuel is certainly a star, but the way that they use McCaffrey in such a dynamic type of mode is really difficult to stop. So the Vikings do have players who match up in some ways. I mean, what we've seen from Josh Metellus is he's out there 90% of snaps these days.
Wow.
Ivan Pace is
You have to
very
pay
good,
attention, huh?
especially running backs. Didn't play as much last week. I don't know why that was, that he didn't play as much. Maybe just the matchups. They've got some of these guys. They tackle well. They come downhill pretty well. Harrison Smith can do a lot of different things against dynamic running backs who line up in a lot of spots. But McCaffrey is one of one in the NFL. There are very few other players that do what he does. And he, at his absolute best, he's playing in a Marshall Faulk type of way, where he's leading the league in rushing and playing a huge role in the passing game as well. Not having him at 100% could impact the game. I still expect, though, that that's going to be a tough matchup for the Vikings. And when they've played bad teams, they've been really good against the run. When they've played one really good running team in Philadelphia, they were not as good against the run.
How is that?
San Francisco's a
36
really good
outside?
running team. This will be a test for them, and if they
It's at
cannot stop the
36,
run, they
but
will
don't feel that cold.
San Francisco
Yeah, but
do
without the wind
everything
is
off
not
of
is
their
normal.
run game.
Right. Well,
That
at the
whole
lake it
deal's
was
still worth
44.
watching
Oh.
as we get to the start of the game.
The legs warms it up.
Is McCaffrey look
Like from
healthy?
the
Is
era,
Trent
yeah.
Williams
Uh-huh.
out there?
The lake's
That
at
could be a
60
big deal.
degrees.
And on the Vikings side, Ezra Cleveland is out, which means it's Dalton Reisner season, everyone. You've waited for it. You've dreamed about it. You've begged for it. Except for it's at left guard and not right guard. But it's not like Ezra Cleveland has been some sort of superstar this year. I think he's just been better when it comes to pass blocking. He's given up way fewer pressures than he did last year, while the right guard has still been problematic in that way. And it might be because more teams are attacking the right side. Last year, though, they were attacking both of the guards repeatedly. And the interior is going to be a huge deal against San Francisco. They have increased the talent on their interior, and they've been very good there all year. I mean, all the spots on the defensive line. But last year, they didn't get a lot of pressure outside of the edges, and now they do. So Reisner, welcome to the Vikings. You got to run out there and go up against San Francisco. This is what you got him for, though. You got him to be a pass blocking upgrade, a player that you believe can go up against good defensive lines and hold up. And that's usually been the problem for the Vikings over the years. Is it's not the teams who are mediocre or average that